What's up, my fellow creators? Welcome, guys. I hope you are having a phenomenally blessed day. Thank you for joining me for discussion. Please like this video, share this video, subscribe to my channel, set that notification bell down below. Check out my channel for my other content. I've got some pick a card, zodiac readings, and more. And today, I want to talk about something that causes a lot of controversy. But understand that I'm bringing it up only because I too have experienced this in my life, and I have had those moments where I did not think I could do what it is I want to bring up. This is about forgiving the narcissist. What did she say? But they're a narcissist. They did what they did with intention, and they meant to hurt me, and they meant to break my heart, and they meant to throw me out, and they meant to do that. You know what? Let's be real. A narcissist doesn't just become a narcissist. Usually a narcissist is bred, they're made, they're raised. Okay? And so when I bring this up, I want you guys to understand that most instances, people are not trying to be this way. They just are. And for a lot of people, that's hard to accept. Because it means that if somebody just is that way, then logically, I can't blame them for doing what they did to me. Okay? I lived with a narcissist for 8 years. I grew up with narcissists in my family. I was around narcissists for my entire life because I was a people pleaser. What did it teach me? The most valuable lesson that being around narcissists taught me was to take back my own power. Maybe they meant to break your heart. Maybe they meant to kick you out. Maybe they meant to throw you to the dirt. Maybe they meant to make you feel like you were the most wonderful person in the whole world so that they could crack you and break you down and bring you and bury you in the ground. Most times, the only reason that a narcissist is going to do that is because they see the light within you and they cannot find the light within themselves. And so it's easier, right? Misery loves company, I think, is the first narcissistic motion there was. Misery loves company. And so that's the place from which a narcissist lives. They don't want to be the only one that feels this way. How can I make another person feel as badly as I do so that I'm not alone? And it's interesting. I've known a lot of people in my life that I would even tell them this. It was like, you don't seem to be happy until things are chaotic. I have a handful of people I've told that to. And I like, they'd always tell me, no, you're crazy. Like, you don't understand what you're talking about. No, that's not true. But it is, right? It was like, it seemed like when things were happy and positive and balanced and harmonious, they would come in and they would create some kind of chaos. And it was like, when things were balanced, they were always upset. And then as soon as the tables turn and it's like the empath becomes upset, then they seem happy. Okay. And I think we've all known somebody like that in our lives. So that brings you into this space of like, you can judge and you can point the finger and you can be like, it's all your fault. You're the one that did this. You're the one that created chaos in my life. You're the whole reason that my heart is broken. But at the end of the day, really the reason that your heart is broken is because this is mirroring a wound from when you were a child. Something that somebody did to you that turned you into a people pleaser or a yes person or, whatever it is. The empath, we do a lot of things to try and gain validation. Needy, wanting somebody to always be there for us, never experiencing things on our own, right? There's a list of things just as long as the narcissist list. And so I bring this up because on this journey, you have to learn how to forgive. And I want you guys to start with the hardest place. Because when you are able to forgive the person that you said you would never forgive, then imagine how much easier it is to forgive all those other people that, yeah, they hurt you, but it just wasn't quite as bad. Okay? And it's in these moments of forgiveness that we begin to open ourselves up to see the truth of the situation, to see it from both sides. So the dog just jumped out of the window. So I bring this up in hopes that you guys can look at narcissists from a place of love and unconditional love at that, and understanding that yes, hurt people do hurt people. Until we heal ourselves, we're never going to find true balance in the whole of the world. It's only through healing ourselves that we begin to heal the world, because we begin to show people how to treat us. And as an empath, that is the scariest thing to do, because for so long, most empaths live in this space of, I need someone else to guide me. I need someone else to show me the ropes. I need someone else to lead me. And you may say, no, you weren't that. But think back in your life. And think about the people that you've had in your life, and how much of the times that you said yes to the things you didn't want to say yes to because you couldn't say no and see them disappointed. And I don't think for an empath it's really necessarily seeing someone as disappointed. What it is feeling it. Feeling the disappointment. Because we've been in that situation where we had gotten disappointed ourselves. And when we disappoint someone else, it's easy for us to remember. It's almost like empaths have photographic feelings. Okay, so it's like when you felt something before, it's easy for you to re-embrace that and feel it from your own personal depth. And that's what we feel when somebody else becomes disappointed or upset or angry or mad or whatever it is, okay? And this comes with setting boundaries, okay? This comes with allowing yourself the freedom to set boundaries. If you don't set boundaries, you will continue to ask, invite, and be open to narcissists coming in your life. Even if you sit here and you yell at the screen and you say, Becky, no, I'm never going to get with another person like that. But have you healed the past? Have you gone and looked at the past and seen what it is that you're attracting into your life? Okay. For a long time, the narcissist that I lived with, I would often ask, why did this person come into my life? Why are they the way that they are? And it was not until I was fully able to cut ties with them, which took 2 years after leaving to do so, to be brave enough to do so. Okay. It wasn't until I was brave enough to cut these ties that I realized that this person was the walking epitome of somebody from my childhood. They were just more outspoken about it. And I remember as a child how I would alter my being so that I could get love, conditional love, right? I was only loved when I did things that everybody else thought were appropriate. But when I was myself, I was oftentimes shamed, grounded, got in trouble, was told not to do that, was told that that's not how we behave, was told that that's not how we fit in. And now I realize how important it is to truly express myself. And in expressing myself, I have had to forgive the narcissistic people in my life, the people who have hurt me beyond hurt, the people who've left me broken and shattered into 1,000 pieces, the people who all I wanted to do was look them in the face and scream at them, why? Why did you do this to me? Didn't you see how much I love you? How can we ask a narcissist to see how much we love them when we can't see how much we don't love ourselves? And likewise, how can we ask them to accept our love when we know they don't love themselves? A narcissist is the way that they are because they oftentimes hate themselves. And so you're asking them to see that you love them, and then you're mad at them when they don't see that love. But at the end of the day, a person can only give as much love as they love themselves. And so if you're used to putting everybody else first before you, if you're used to saying yes to everybody else and saying no to yourself, then that's what you're going to give in any one relationship. So at the end of the day, an empath that is saying no to themselves oftentimes exudes toxicity as well. And this is not a topic that people like to talk about, because we live in a world of duality, and we live in a world where it's only okay if I'm doing what's good. And what's hard to accept is that what you might think as good might be bad for another person. And what somebody else does that you might think is bad might be good for them. And we're so stuck in this right and wrong, left and right, up and down. We're not seeing the bigger picture, and the bigger picture is to come from the central focal point of seeing that this is all interconnected and none of that other stuff really matters. What matters is that here I am in the center, right? Here I am in the center. And there's this huge picture around me. And how can I see this picture as a whole and allow it to let me grow and develop into a new person, into a new being, into a being of unconditional love? Because what happens with an empath is that we're so used to receiving conditional love that when we're asked to show ourselves unconditional love, the first place that we start at is conditional love. It's like, I'm only going to love you when you show up and work out. I'm only going to love you when you show up and do work. I'm only going to love you when you show up and do this. I'm only going to love you when you do that. I'm only going to love you when you do this. And we wouldn't do that to another person, right? But really you do. Like, I think about all this time that I've spent with narcissistic people in my life. And I think about how much I mirrored that as well, that conditional love. I only would love when things were good, and then I would be really angry, and you can't, and in a state of fear, and you can't love when you're in a state of fear or anger, because anger is fear, right? And so when you're coming from that, like when you're judging another person, when you're taking it out on another person, you're not coming from a place of love. You're coming from a place of fear. So this is a topic that will probably get more discussed on later on. And I just wanted to bring it up because I just am asking that you be open. Be open to trying to forgive those that have hurt you. And even if they've hurt you beyond what you feel is repairable, forgiveness is not saying to them that what they did is okay. Forgiveness is saying, what you did to me, it hurt and it wasn't okay, but if I keep holding on to it, I'm only dragging myself down, because this is an anchor that has kept me stationary and stagnant for far too long. And it's only until you forgive that you'll actually notice a freedom that will come over you. And forgive from your heart, okay? You don't have to say anything to this person. You can just say, so-and-so, I forgive you, so we are both free. I choose to forgive this person for what they did to me so that I can be free. Yes, you can do this for a selfish reason, okay? But understanding that it's allowing you to open yourself up to the depth of unconditional love. And unconditional love means I accept you and I love you and I show compassion and kindness towards you, not being nice, okay? And that's a different, I have a video on that. Check that out, being nice versus being kind, okay? But this will allow you to open up to these things of unconditional love, right? Source doesn't say, I only love the people who are decent. Source loves everybody that's here. Source loves the good, the bad, the ugly, the beautiful, and everything in between. And that's what we're trying to aim for, is this higher consciousness of acceptance of all things as they are, knowing that the only thing that we can change is ourselves. Without changing ourselves, we'll always repeat the same patterns and cycles that we grew up in. All right, this is what I wanted to bring up. So I know that this is a controversial topic. However, there is validity in what it is that I'm saying. I know, because I've dealt with enough narcissists in my life. I am a very, very in tune empath. I have been my entire life. There's more to that as well, things that I'm learning now. And it wasn't until I learned to forgive that I was able to open myself up to my other gifts, my other abilities, right? And once I learned how to forgive, I started opening up. It was like opening up the floodgates to something that I had put a kibosh on because it was something I had been judged for so long. And not just from family, from friends, from people who didn't know me, from people outside. And it was because I was judging myself because I thought that's what I was supposed to do growing up all my life. Because I was raised in a state of being around narcissists all the time. And narcissists, all they do is judge. And when we come from a place of judgment, an empath will self-destruct by self-judgment first and trying to help others. And we need to come into a place of self-empowerment and supporting others. And that will be another video. So that being said, thank you for joining me. Please like this video, share this video, subscribe to my channel, set that notification bell so you know when the next video does go live. And until next time, go forth boldly, my fellow creators, and courageously find creative ways to rise above in life, laughter, and love. Thank you for joining my discussion time. And until next time, peace out. I love you guys. Bye.